During the inaugural Middle Amateur Championship in 1984 at Whitemarsh Valley Country Club, GAP Executive Director Jim Sykes approached a group that included Whitemarsh member Gene Maginnis.
I was on the 16th hole out here, and he knew a fellow who I was with, and the guy said, what's going on, who's leading? And Sykes said, well, 2 overs leading, but there's only one guy out here left to come in, and that's David Perkerson. And I looked at him and I said, well, I'm 1 over. And Mr. Sykes said, who are you? And Jimmy and I laughed about that for a long time. Who are you?
The inaugural Middle Amateur champion turned out. Maginnis birdied holes 11, 13, and 17 for a 33 on the back nine, a 72 on the scorecard, and a place in GAP history.
I just was hitting shots. I haven't had too many rounds like that. You know, I turned into 18, and I think I hit driving 7-iron to 15 feet and made another par. So it was just one of those days where the ball was going straight and the putts were going in the cup. Doesn't happen too often, but it happened that day.
Fitting that his crowning achievement occurred at Whitemarsh Valley, a place he's called home his whole life. Maginnis recalls walking the fairways during the 1962 Philadelphia Amateur Final.
John Dineski played against another member from Whitemarsh, a fellow named Ed Riggitelli, and the tournament went 35 holes. My father, I was 11 years old, and I walked the tournament with my father. I just have a memory of, Dineski winning on 17 and the whole crowd walking up 18, walking up the 18, walking up with my father. And obviously a lot of Whitemarsh members were happy that Dineski won.
Maginnis played the role of both spectator and caddy during the IVB Philadelphia Golf Classic, a PGA Tour event hosted at Whitemarsh throughout the 1960s and 70s.
In that first year, my father got to play in the Pro-Am with Chuck Bednarik and Arnold Palmer. It took me out of school and I followed it. And I have a photo of, on the 3rd hole, Palmer went for the green here in 2 and hit it in the water. I went in the water and got the ball.
Competitors of that era didn't bring caddies, instead relying on the services of local high school students like Maginnis.
Best bag I got was Tommy Aaron. I got Tommy Aaron one year, Masters champion. And the thing I always think about Tommy Aaron, is that the 12th hole here is 175 yards long. And Tommy Aaron hit a 4-iron. I mean, a little baby draw, right at the pin.
Maginnis caddied at both Whitemarsh and Philadelphia Cricket Club, the latter at which he once looped for an amateur golf legend.
I thought I was big stuff getting there. I'm looking at all my friends and walking off the first tee. Then cricket had a little slope. It was wet, and I slipped and fell right on my butt. Clubs went all over the place, and Dorothy Porter couldn't have been nicer. They laughed about it and kidded me about it.
Following his caddy days, Maginnis frequented the GAP circuit, representing Whitemarsh in the team matches and competing in GAP tournaments. Golf has always been an important part of his life.
You get to know the people, you get to know their lives, you get to know their jobs, you get to know their kids, and you just have a lot of good stories, breaking a lot of stones.
Etched in stone, Gene Maginnis, first Middle Amateur champion.
Brian Marvin always tells me it's the biggest fluke in the history of GAP, but my name's on the board. Good memory.
For GAP TV, Tony Regina.